Welcome to another J Talks Cars. In this one, it's just a few little bits. This is going to be going over a period of time because I'm still in the middle of filming for my other channels. So I'm just going to be doing bits and pieces with this one. So today, my partner's car is in the garage. If you remember in the previous J Talks Cars, I'd mentioned about the washer pump. Now, we'd installed a new washer pump, basically replaced it, and we tried it, and the pump was working, but there was no water coming out. There's water in the tank, so we know that there's water there, or at least washer fluid, and yeah, we're a little bit bemused. So we've taken it to the garage. I'm suspecting that pipes are clogged or the jets on the washers are bunged because of algae or whatever. So we're going to be getting that checked out today, dropping those keys off. Also as well, at some point I'm going to try and put my fix rods on for my splitter. The reason being that I'm needing these fix rods is, as I'm driving along, the duct tape, or the Gorilla tape, shall I say, that I'm using, it's doing the job, but it's not doing the job, if you will, because even though I've got brackets underneath, the wind's pushing it down, which is now creating drag to a certain extent. So I've got these, and these little rods are going to be going on and going to be supporting it from the car to the actual top part of it, and hopefully it's going to stop it from bowing down. There's no chance of them coming off. I mean, they're on there, they're secure, proper secure, but they're going to need basically that added support at the front so that they're not getting pulled, and as well they're not getting pushed up either. So that's going to get done hopefully at some point this week as well. So those are the two bits on this vlog. And well, I say this vlog, it's kind of vloggy, isn't it, really, these J Talks Cars. And yeah, that's going to be at the moment the little bit of content on that I'm going to put together.
3 days later.
Okay, so I'm going to get on with putting these rods on the front of the car. This is going to be interesting because I think these rods are a bit too big. As seen in the previous videos, I've been using sort of Gorilla tape to kind of keep the lips together, but as the wind's going over, it's pushing them down and pulling the tape apart. So the plan with this is to put it on and stop that from happening, but it's finding somewhere to put it that I can access to it and fit it with ease. This is going to be a challenge. So a bit of metal later, it's in on that side and it's pulled it up. Now to repeat the process on the other side. Well, that's the support rods on. Nice and aggressive. Hopefully they hold them and it does the job. Okay, I'm just trying a few new shots with a few new cameras and a few things. In this one, I'm just now retesting the front splitter because obviously I've updated the, putting the rods and everything on. Hopefully everything should work as it should, which is going to be quite cool, really. I've not done these type of shots before, and I've not experimented in this way before, so this is going to be quite fun to do this sort of camera, use these camera shots. I've got one on the outside of the car. I usually have my dash cam going, but I'm just trying it with this one outside. It's just something a bit different, you know, with the shots and everything. Obviously the knock in the back still quite bad. I am going to have a look at that in this video and see what I can do with it, or see if it's something I can fix. But yeah, so in terms of J-Talks cars, I'm just really thinking about new shots, trying to do things a little bit more exciting, get things a little bit more involved with you viewers. Obviously I'm still wanting to do the you know, do the piece on other owners and their costs with their vehicles. Also as well, I've had a few people, they like what I do with my B-roll shots, so I've offered to do some B-roll shots for people, and yeah, you know, I think that's going to be another part of the project. I might do that as part of future J-Talks cars, talk about their cars and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all good fun and experimentation, and you know, I'm really enjoying this hobby. You know, I'm really enjoying doing this car content and whatever. I mean, I've had a few people say to me, says, well, you're not fixing cars, what relevance is it to us? I'm doing little mod jobs. I'm not doing you know, bits and pieces in some ways where you could argue what's it, I'm not doing bits and pieces in the way where it's like I'm showing you through how to do it, because I'm sure a lot of you already know how to do it. It's, I mean, you've got the likes of, you know, Matt Armstrong, Tavares, I think Jesse Cunningham, you know, and a few people like that that are doing content that are teaching you how to do little jobs on your cars and how to make your cars better, quicker, efficient. And I'm kind of doing that with this, but I'm doing it from a perspective of living with an older car, you know, and with me having a 20-year-old Audi, I thought, well, I'm not really planning on getting rid of it, you know. I mean, I can only go so far with what I'm doing with the car, but I can't do much more with it. I mean, down the line I'm going to be getting myself a project car, and I'm going to turn that into maybe, I don't know, maybe a track car, maybe just, you know, a little zip around for poops and giggles. You know, it's stuff like that really. So yeah, I'm just experimenting and learning and enjoying what it is that I'm doing. You know, it is a hobby. You could say you're doing it for the fame, but if it happens, it happens. I'm not too fussed, it's a bonus. If people like what I do, then obviously they'll follow and they'll support the project as well. I also wanted to comment on as well with the previous J-Talks cars video. That's been online now, I think, for just over a week, and because this is on a Friday now, so it's been online for about a week, and the response from that video has been very surprising. I like the fact that, you know, you guys enjoy the fact that I'm doing car meet content. I didn't think, you know, someone of my age I would appeal to that sort of crowd, but yeah, that's quite cool. I'm quite chuffed with that, I suppose. So I'm definitely going to be getting more car meet stuff and everything, and as well, just yeah, doing enough of the Vader Monkey vlog content, and hope that you guys are enjoying that content. And yeah, it should be fun. And yeah, man, I can't really think of much more with it other than just wow and thank you. I mean, obviously the more subscribers to the channel, the better. I mean, this is a new channel, Vader Monkey TV, so if you're probably looking at the subscriber number of it being in the 30s and go, well, what's he doing? It is a new channel. I mean, I have other channels with nearly 100 followers on, which again, it's not much in the grand scheme of things, but it's more than what I started with. But I want to grow this channel. I want to get the subscribers up. I want to really get people involved in this project, and yeah, win-win. So I thought I'd stop and check the car over before I went onto the motorway. Also, it meant me checking the camera as well. So, you know, just making sure everything's secure, making sure that nothing had come loose, nothing had worked its way apart, and as well, just, you know, being sure that everything was meant to be doing the job as intended. Usually when you do motorway runs, you are at risk of things falling off and losing things in the process, but you know, I kind of figured that I needed to stop, do this, make sure everything's secure, sure everything's not going to drop off, make sure, you know, I'm not going to be a nuisance in any way. And I wanted to just be certain that what I'm doing to the car, one, was effective, and two, was functioning as intended. Okay, so go back onto the motorway. Let's see what this is going to be like. Handling wise, grip wise. Fifth gear, which goes well. That's a good thing, really. Everything's doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. And the whole purpose of this Aero is for the efficiency. I mean the fuel efficiency drops going up a hill because obviously you need to put a bit more in the accelerator, but just now at 70, stick cruise control on. Now I know it will keep it at a constant speed with it, but yeah, my motorway average is like 50. It's gone up to 60, but I'm going downhill. 75, 76, went up to 80, nice flat bit, yeah, 48 average. So that's good, that's really good on the motorway. I'm quite happy with it doing that. It's doing its job nicely. You know, obviously, 42, 49, 48. It's good on the fuel average. That's that front wing. So the next aero mod for the car is going to be underneath. The plan with that is just basically I'm taking the idea with the Porsches, because they have aero going towards, I'm presuming, the brakes and the wheel area. That's where the air is being channeled because of probably tyre squirt and stuff like that. So channeling air where it needs to go. So I'm going to do that with this because it already has plastics underneath it, but I'm going to take those plastics off, check the chassis of the car, see, obviously check for rust, potential welding and stuff like that, tidy it up underneath, which will probably be my next spend, just preserving underneath the car. And then once I've done that, I want to put like an aero shield cover underneath. Obviously it's going to have to be flat plane because you know, all your lumps and bumps and bits and pieces and yeah, just all them bits really. But on what I want to do with the aero is I want to make it as efficient underneath the car as it is above the car. I don't want to do anything where it creates like some sort of ground effects or anything like that, because that's not going to be possible in this car. The car's not going to be generating enough speed, excuse me, to do so anyway. So what I'm going to be doing is I just want to, you know, generate the right sort of aero, get it doing the right sort of thing in the right sort of way, and yeah, just make the car as aero efficient as possible. A few people mentioned to me, it's like, well, you're going on about aero, why don't you approach Vulcan Alpha, you know, Misha and Lapo, those guys there. I am at some point, I have sent an email, but it was a case of just getting an average cost. Price is obviously a bit out of my budget at the moment, but I want to develop an idea with them in terms of efficient aero, not performance aero. I know that they mostly specialise in performance aero, which is usable on the road, but I want to develop an aero where it's efficient for the road user, you know, in motorway situations like I'm travelling now, and just basically try and squeak out the fuel economy, mostly aimed at diesels. I think petrols is going to be quite a difficult task, but mostly aimed at petrol cars, diesels, sorry. You know, whilst they're still around, and you know, we're in a time where they are having their last hurrah, if you will, and I want to just see if we can make the cars even more efficient than they already are, and as well stabilise the car, use it through that efficiency as well, because one thing I've noticed with standard cars is if it's not lowered, there is still that air buffering and a bit of boatiness going on in the cars, and I want to kind of reduce that. I want to make the cars feel more stable, feel a bit more sort of in control, not that they aren't already, but in control sort of thing, and then, you know, make it in a way where people can, hopefully it'll save them money, you know, it'll protect their pockets a little bit more, especially in the times where, you know, prices aren't exactly great for fuel, car maintenance, car economy and stuff like that. And especially if you have an older car, people go, well, it's going to cost you more per gallon, da 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 da. I mean, I know with newer petrol cars they're more fuel efficient, but not everybody can afford a new car. So I'm trying to help people here, just try and save a few pennies using, you know, Aero and certain little ways of maintaining a car, if you will. So yeah, it's all part of the project. It's all part of what I'm trying to achieve through this content. And you know, I mean, I would like to maybe do a track day and compare my ideas to track use. Not that I really particularly fancy putting this car in a track situation, because this is my workhorse. I rely on this car a hell of a lot. If I had a toy, you know, a second car, little project car, which I'm seriously considering for future videos, I will do something along those lines. So yeah, it's so good, so good. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this project.
One eternity later.
Okay, so it's been a few weeks since I last filmed a few bits for this video. So I'll give you a little bit of an update on a few things. Okay, so let's start with the knock. That's still there. I've still yet to get that sorted. In the next video I am going to go and get it checked out. I know I said earlier in this that I was going to have a look and see you know, what the problem was, what the state of the issue was. I haven't had chance to do that because I have been incredibly busy with other content and other projects, so that's kind of been shelved at the moment, but that will get looked at. Also as well, I've had my window regulator replaced recently. However, for some reason my windows got jammed in the door frame somehow. So the window regulator works, it's still attached to the window, but the window's not opening or doing what it's supposed to. So that's going to need to get looked at, and it looks like that's going to be in another video as well. So where am I at with this one? Well, conclusion, let's go back to the front aero situation. The conclusion with that is I've had a few weeks driving around since I've done these little updates and a few things. I still need to tidy it up at the front, just so it doesn't look like it's been patchworked or something like steampunked or whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna get that tidied up over the coming weeks. I might film it, I might not. I mean, it's whether it's worth doing or not, really. But in terms of it working, it still doing its job. It's still fuel efficient. There is a little bit of drag. I'm not gonna lie, there is a little bit of drag, but the car is stable as a whole. Going down the motorways, so it is literally just glides along the motorways, and it is fantastic. Fuel economy hasn't been impacted too much, so that's protecting my pocket a little bit. And as well, you know, the car is doing everything that I've done on the car so far is doing, you know, is working as intended, so that's the plus on that. So yeah, I've been a little bit tardy with a few things. We're getting around to this. Like I said, I've had a few busy weeks where some content videos have had to kind of be shelved until now. I do have a few free weeks, so there will be a bit more car content on the way. And yeah, it's again, like I said earlier, I'm enjoying the process. You know, I have a tendency to repeat myself, and I do apologise, but I don't script this. I don't really, you know, go, right, this is what I'm going to talk about today, and this, that, and the other. It's kind of off the cuff, and you know, a lot of it is just really raw and straight to the point, if not me bringing up certain things. So we're going to leave this one at this. There will be another J Talks Cars over the coming weeks. Like I said, the frequency of J Talks Cars will be quite irregular, because I do have my, if you're watching this on Vader Monkey TV, which you'll find this on anyway, you'll notice that I do a behind the vlog video, which is more, again, behind the scenes of what my real job is, what I normally am involved with. And also, if you look on my other channel, Vader Monkey Vlogs, it's just me going around to events across the UK, filming them, creating after movies, doing a hype up, promoting other events. And if you're into sim racing, I have a channel called Vader Monkey Gaming, and that's just basically me, scratching my itch of wanting to be a racing driver, using the Race Room Experience sim racing platform. I do a lot of content on that as well. They're mostly race recaps. There's nothing really in depth. It's just me kind of, some of my good races, some of my bad races, some of my, if you can call them races. But either way, it's content, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to leave it at this. So please like, comment, subscribe. Please especially subscribe. The more people subscribed, the more people I know that my content is going to. I am appreciating the fact that people are supporting what I'm doing. This to me is a hobby. It's not a job. You could say, well, why are you pushing for people to subscribe? Well, without people subscribed, you're never too sure of what you're doing is right. Again, I'm learning on the job, so to speak. This is something I did not envision myself doing, but it's something I enjoy doing, and as a hobby it definitely gives me great enjoyment and great fulfillment of me doing this. So again, to repeat, please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next J Talks Cars, and yeah, thank you. Ciao, bien. Are you looking for a site where you can show off your pride and joy amongst a group of other fellow car enthusiasts? Well, I've discovered recently Car Fans. Now, Car Fans is literally a social media site for car owners and car enthusiasts. On there you can share pictures of your car's specs. You can even go to see when the next car meet's going to be, and you can even speak to some of the professionals in the trade that can perhaps help you to improve your car. I've stumbled across this, and I have to say I'm absolutely loving what they're doing. This is something totally unique, and it's something that, in my opinion, the car scene has needed for a while. A lot of the past, there's been car forums where you just kind of reply to somebody putting up something in a certain topic list. This is it's where you can just go real time, and you'll speak to people who perhaps know more than you, or perhaps may rely on your knowledge of certain cars, certain mods, certain modifications, engineering, mechanicking, bits and pieces like that. So this is a fantastic site to check out. I would recommend visiting carfans.com. Get yourself registered. It's literally your car social media site that you need to be on, and trust me, this is a fantastic place to be. You're in a world where other people appreciate the same love that you do. It's going to be absolutely superb, and I would highly recommend you do that. Visit carfanstoday.com and join a community of like-minded car enthusiasts sharing their experiences, knowledge and passion of their love for motoring.